So, mental health and COVID is what we're talking about today. Um, so, for the first question here, um, we're asked to identify and explain at least two changes presented to society, one positive and one negative. Um, so, the first thing I thought of was um, family time for a lot of people became more of a priority as work closures happened. And this essentially forced families to spend more time together because there was nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Um, I think it helped to foster interpersonal relationships between friends, um, as well as they now had to connect and talk to each other online or by phone as their only source of communication outside of the home. So that's positive. A negative, many businesses closed temporarily and some permanently due to restrictions and um, financial strain was felt by most, if not all, of the population as a result of work closures and shutdowns. Um, so how has COVID-19 uniquely affected my mental health? Um, One positive and one negative. Um, it says to provide a different answer. I have quite a few things to say, actually, but some are similar to the above. I had I had more time to spend with my kids as they were not at school or daycare. We found new games and activities to do together. I also spent more time talking to family and friends because everyone now had lots of time to talk. I had time for my hobbies. I had time to play video games, which I hadn't done a lot of in the last couple of years. Um, we spent a lot of time outdoors, which we don't normally do. We're usually on the go and busy. We don't get outside that much, so we had a lot of time to go outside and play. Um, I had the opportunity to take a more hands-on approach to my kids' education, um, where it was pretty much left up to us. They gave us some materials and some tips on what to do, and it was up to us what we did. And that was a great opportunity. I think we both, me and my oldest, really had a chance to work together and learn a lot of different things. Um, One negative way that my mental health was affected was that I did feel a lot of anxiety, and I like most people drank more beer than I usually would. 'Cause every day felt like a Friday. There's it didn't matter what day of the week it was because there was no schedule. There was nothing happening. Um, at times I felt that we were trapped inside the house and isolated and that it might never end. Um, I felt anxious about going out to get groceries, and I worried about things way beyond my control, like economic collapse and what would we do and how would we live and how would I be able to feed the family? I There was maybe a week during COVID where I considered turning my backyard into a farm and growing vegetables and things like that. Um, but the next question asks, how have you accommodated and coped with the stress associated with COVID-19? Obviously, the drinking was a negative coping strategy, but I felt it did help to relax at the end of the week and listen to music. Sometimes it almost felt like like it was a night out, but in your living room when there was nothing else to do. I think a lot of people use that strategy. Um, I also learned how to play a couple songs on the keyboard. I started playing guitars again. Um, I participated in online church services. I even tried creating a video blog on Friday nights for a while for something to do. Uh, a change, something different. Um, the next question is, what would you suggest to others to assist with coping with COVID-19? Um, so it asks for two, but I have a few. I would suggest reaching out and talking to whoever is available. Just talk to people as much as possible. Stay connected. I would also suggest exercise and drinking plenty of water. Take time to try new things. Keep things fresh and interesting, even if it's just listening to some new music on Spotify or YouTube. Also, keeping up with hygiene practices. I know myself, I skipped shaving a lot. Like, I didn't trim my beard. I looked pretty haggardly part of the time. Um, some days something as simple as getting up in the morning and having a shave or trimming your beard will change your outlook on things and boost morale. Um, especially when you're in quarantine um, or you're going to be stuck at home with really not anywhere to go or anything to do. No schedule. Um, the next question is, how do you anticipate COVID-19 will impact the existing mental health crisis? Um, one positive and one negative. So I think for a positive, I think a lot of people that maybe had some underlying issues maybe had a lot more time to realize them or to think about them, and they might um, they might reach out for help and support for some issues that they otherwise, they might have not, and just, kept it bottled up and kept going to work every day and doing whatever, going through their daily routine and not dealing with their whatever mental health issues they might have. So I think that's a positive. Um, and I think that people who already felt alone and isolated will definitely felt further separated from society, and people who felt hopeless um, probably contemplated or attempted suicide more frequently, um, and people with addictions issues would be affected as well. Maybe pushing them to do more of a drug or try some different drugs or participate in riskier behavior than they normally would. I think the mental health issues will be exacerbated and present a record high of reported and also unreported um, people that are affected. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you are doing okay.